Interesting. There've been quite a number. And I'm trying to remember offhand. So I've been involved in a number of initiatives or technology innovations that either I mentored or nurtured from the word go. One that I remember vividly was I was not the champion, but I was involved is Yoza, the Yoza App. As a mentor, it was an app that was supposed to be helping people find people who can wash for them, and then they pay. So more or less like the Uber of laundry. That makes sense. At one time, there was even a BBC thing. Whereas the technology was right, the problem was evident. The user was quite an interesting character in the whole mix, and we struggled with the user, and I'm pretty sure it was one of the reasons why that particular app didn't go the direction it was supposed to go. And the lesson is that sometimes everything is right, but you just have one small thing that breaks everything. And I think for me, back with the team, looking at what they were working on, like I said, I was not the innovator. I was working with them, supporting them, mentoring them. Looking back, we underestimated a cultural factor. Ugandans are they trust connections and relationships. So if you refer somebody to me, I would prefer working with that person as opposed to working with somebody through an app. Or if somebody came to wash your clothes today, the person would create a relationship with that person and they no longer needed the app. So there's quite a number of things that just largely from a cultural perspective. Yeah. I choose to live life as it comes and know that I can't be everything. So I've come to a point where I realize I can't be everything. I don't need to have every app on my phone. So I'm not on TikTok, I'm not on Instagram, I'm not on a number of apps just because I don't have to be. And I've also come to a point of contentment. I am okay. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. The personal sacrifice that I've made was to choose not to take salary when we run out of funding, and tried as much as possible to get my colleagues earn whatever little they could earn until a point when we had money to be able to pay all of us. It was worth it because if I had insisted that I also have to earn, we would have closed. It's worth it because we are still running and probably even in a better place than we were then. I step out of the situation and pray about it. I listen to the voices, and these are own voices, really. I listen to myself, I listen to the voices, and I pray for discernment, because I truly believe that greater wisdom is granted and given to us by our Creator God. And so I depend on God for direction, for wisdom, for guidance. And for the young leaders, there are things you need to sleep over. It might even be a month or a week for you to take a decision. Not everything requires you to take a decision immediately. And in doing that, there are many things I have come to appreciate. Probably would have taken a very wrong decision if I had taken a decision then. It was not in my career. I hadn't started working really. I was still in school, as in you have to study certain degrees that are very important and certain degrees are not important. So this whole argument of sciences versus arts conversation, I don't agree with it. They're all important. And the reason I disagree with it is I have lived both lives. I studied sciences at A levels, went to university, did arts, and in my work life, I'm in tech. And knowledge is knowledge. It's how you choose to apply it that makes a difference. There are people that I know that studied IT that not even practicing IT. I have never studied IT. So I disagree with it because it presupposes that you can only do what you studied. No, it's not correct. Believe in humanity. There is so much potential that is untapped. There is so much wisdom that hasn't been revealed. And just because you've had one mistake doesn't mean that everyone else is hopeless or is foolish. So trust that there will be that one person that will come through and make it work for you. I don't think I'm living the legacy, because sometimes I personally believe that legacy is not something you leave, it's something that legacy is what you live every day that people remember. And so for me, it's the work that I do at Refactory and all the digital skills initiatives that we are running. I believe that that is happening. I'm seeing it unfold right before me, that we are enabling people who previously would never have been in the tech space to get into the tech space. Young women, people with different disabilities getting into the tech space. For me, I'm living my legacy. Nobody will tell me the story that while he was here, I have lived it, I have seen it. And so I encourage all of us to think about legacy as what we do every day, not as the things that we have left behind. No. It's what we do every day. The people we talk to, the people we touch, and that's legacy. Hi, this is Mike Onitejeka. I lead the team at Refactory and also work with ICDL Africa as the country manager for Uganda. And yeah, I live life, I love life, and above all, super excited to have an amazing family that I look up to and that gives me energy to do what that I do. And excited to be here on Legacy Lines at Dansoft Studios.